I'm here today with Lord Michael Bates, Conservative peer from the North East. You completed an epic 3,000-mile journey from the home of the Olympics to London. Why did you do it?
Well, I did it to promote the Olympic truce, which is something that not many people have heard of, but actually the ancient games were started with one purpose in mind. That was to create a pause in a constant state of fighting between the various city-states in Greece. And the Olympic truce is now a United Nations resolution, which is signed by all 193 countries in the world, but implemented by none. And I thought, what a wonderful thing if we could rediscover that ancient purpose and ancient idealism for London 2012. And so that was the idea behind the walk.
And how many steps have you taken, Michael Bates?
Well, I cannot tell you exactly on here. I'm off the scale on my pedometer, but it's well over 6 million, which is on my website at walkfortruce.org.
And what were the highlights and the lowlights, maybe, of the epic journey that you made? 3,000 miles, am I right?
3,000 miles. Well, I think in many ways, a homecoming is a wonderful thing, and I know I'm not quite home yet, but meeting today and Tanny and Jonathan coming out to welcome me back has been a real highlight. Meeting His Holiness the Pope was a highlight. I think the opportunity to speak in schools in Geneva and many schools on my journey through 15 different countries has been fantastic, because I think children and young people get the idea of the truth sometimes better than the older generation do.
And we're here to the backdrop of the Olympic Games themselves. What would you hope then will happen over the next few months, and what are your hopes for the Olympics themselves?
Well, what I hope first and foremost is that the Olympics and the Paralympics are a wonderful sporting occasion and they pass off peacefully and without any incident. And that also, during that time, people might actually rediscover the Olympic truce, recognise they've put their name, all 193 countries have put their name to this UN resolution, calling for them to pursue initiatives for peace and reconciliation, and they might just do one thing. And I'm encouraged that that might happen. I've met with politicians and Olympians on the way up through the countries I've walked, and there are already 12 countries pledged to implement, led, I'm pleased to say, by the British government.
Fantastic. How many pairs of shoes did you wear out?
Well, I suppose I probably thought that I was going to wear out an awful lot of shoes, but I've only actually worn out 2. So I don't know whether that's because I'm light on my feet, but I don't think that is the case. But it's, the feet have been pretty good throughout.
And what's the weather been like? Has it been roaring sunshine, freezing, wintry conditions?
Well, it's been pretty freezing coming through northern France and Belgium. Over the December, January was pretty tough, but the worst conditions for me to walk in as a northeasterner was the heat, the 40-degree heat in Croatia and Albania, because cold, wind, rain, hail, snow we're used to in the northeast. 40-degree heat, you don't tend to experience that outside an oven.
One final question. When will you be heading home to the northeast, and would you do anything like this again?
I'm going to be heading home to the northeast next week, and I don't think, at the present time, let me give you a politician's answer, I have no plans to do anything like this again, but who knows, I'm just really looking forward to getting back.
Congratulations, and I think you deserve a medal.